What's up, boys? So, we're back on Prize Picks, going over some NFL player props for today. I'll have NBA up later today. More than likely, it's a small slate, though, so I'll probably be playing a little bit more NFL than NBA today. But yeah, if you guys are not already in Prize Picks, highly recommended. Best website to do this. Picking over or unders on players, it's pretty awesome. Make sure you guys, if you guys are not already on there, to sign up and use my code DOMG when you guys sign up to match your first deposit up to $100. So if you guys deposit 50, they'll match it. They'll give you guys $100 total. Pretty solid deal right there. And also, if you guys do want my daily picks, that is in my description. It's a Patreon, $10 a month. Add you into the premium Discord with other Discord members, as well as get my daily picks every single day for NFL, NBA, and whatever other sports I do. So, pretty awesome right there. That is also in the description. A ton of you guys have been signing up for that. I seriously do appreciate you guys for doing that. And then there's also a free Discord down in my description. Definitely join that too. You can talk about different stuff with other people and talk to me as well. So, we're going to go ahead and hop into this though. But last thing here, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe and turn post notifications. Those things help me out, so appreciate you guys would do those things. But we're going to go ahead, though, and talk about some of these, man. So, I have one very favorite today that I will be giving you guys. So, let's go ahead and we'll talk about that one probably at the end. But, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about some of these here. So, we're going to go ahead and start off with, I don't really like any passing yards right off the bat. So, let's talk about rushing yards here. So, let's go ahead and talk about, I'm going to save my favorite one for the end, but we'll talk about Tom Brady. So Tom Brady rushing yards on Prize Picks. Prize Picks, if you guys like taking overs on players, Prize Picks is the way to go. They usually have their numbers a lot less than other places, so definitely Prize Picks is the move. But Tom Brady here at half a rushing yard. Not sure where he's at on other sites, but he has hit this 9 out of 11 times, I believe it is. So seems like a pretty good amount right there. So he's hit this 9 out of 11 times, but 2, 10, 2, 2, and 0. So you just gotta kind of hope Brady gets that one run or that one QB sneak and doesn't need at the end of the game. So, yeah, but half a rushing yard for him is all he needs. So, let's take a look at some other websites. I mean, not really gonna matter for rushing yards. We're gonna pull up rushing yards anyway, but you're not gonna really have to focus on opponent rushing yards per game when you only need 1 yard from Tom Brady. We can go and take number fire though. There's not too much to back us up besides him going over 9 out of 11 games this season. But let's take a look at Tom here. So Tom Brady, they have him at 4.3 rushing yards, which is kind of weird. But the number fire always loves to go over on NFL props, so that is something. But yeah, they have him at 1.6 attempts for 4.3 rushing yards. So I'm not sure if I agree with him getting a whole 4, but hey, maybe it happens. You never know. But yeah, that is one to definitely take a look at. Let's talk about, I'm going to skip the other rushing yard one that I have. Let's hop over to receptions. Let's take a look at Mark Andrews. So Mark Andrews is a pretty solid play in my opinion. He is currently listed at 4 receptions. So he's at 4, 8, 6, 5, and 3. So he's hitting 4 out of his last 5. Well, he's hit 3 out of his last 5, pushed once, and didn't get one once. But should be a pretty solid game for Mark Andrews. So yeah, let's take a look at, there's not really a stat. We can look at passing defense, opponent completions per game. Yeah, we take a look at how many that they should realistically be allowing. So he's playing Pittsburgh Steelers. So we take a look at Pittsburgh here. Where's Pittsburgh? How many passes do they allow a game? Completions. Where are they? Okay, so they're right there. They're allowing about 21.8 per game. So it's Lamar though, so we'll see about that. But we'll actually look at how many completions they have Lamar at and how many receptions they think that he will end up getting. But they've at 21 completions, which is probably pretty accurate. So so he just needs to get 4 out of those 21 catches to push and 25 out of those, or 5 out of the 21 to hit. So see what they have him for receptions though, and they have him at 5.06. So they like him going over by a catch. So should be pretty solid. We need the 5 from Andrews, but I think he'll at least hit 4 in this game. So it should be a pretty solid play right there. If you guys are okay with the push, this is one to go ahead and take a look at for sure. Because I think we hit the 5, but should be able to at least get 4. But let's take a look at some other ones here. Let's take a look at fantasy score, and then we'll take a look at the rushing yards. Probably going to do 4 today, but let's take a look at, where's he at? Yeah, I doubt he's a late game because he plays for the winless Lions. So 13 fantasy score though, no DeAndre Swift, and without DeAndre Swift, he was able to hit. So that's pretty impressive because he was only the starter for like half the game. Swift got hurt in like the second quarter, I think it was. So he still hit 13.3. He's playing the Minnesota Vikings this week, so I'm almost positive. Yeah, Minnesota. He needs 13 against them, and Minnesota, if we take a look at rushing defense, let's take a look at rushing yards per game, and then we'll also take a look at rushing touchdowns per game. So let's take a look at the rushing yards here. And Minnesota's allowing the third most rushing yards, so that's even better news for him because he was able to go against Chicago, who was 22. Minnesota's 30, so even better of a look. And rushing touchdowns, Minnesota is down here, and they allow about 1 rushing touchdown per game. They don't really have any other running backs, and they have like Jamar Jefferson if he's even healthy, but and he's also a rookie. But yeah, 1 rushing touchdown they're allowing per game to running backs, so should be pretty good right there for Jamal Williams. So let's take a look at where they have Jamal Williams though on number fire. So Jamal Williams, they have him at 14 attempts for 58 yards and 0.36 of a touchdown. So they didn't really like him to hit a touchdown, which is kind of concerning, but they have him for about 80 yards, right? Yeah, about 80 yards and 3 catches. So that is about 12 fantasy points, right? But that doesn't mean he won't get a touchdown or an extra catch, 4 catches, or a couple extra yards. So I believe they like him on the under, unless I did the math wrong, which I probably might have. I don't know. We'll see. I think I might have done that wrong, but I'm almost positive it's PPR for their fantasy scoring. So let's take a look at the scoring chart here. So for NFL, receptions. Yeah, it's point per reception. Receiving touchdowns are 6, rushing touchdowns 6. So he'll more than likely hit if he gets a touchdown. And they're allowing a really good amount of rushing touchdowns per game. I think Jamal Williams does get a touchdown. And even without the touchdown, there's still a good chance he hits, especially if he can get at least 4 catches. With Jamal Williams, kind of a receiving back. So, yeah, I mean, he's really their only option on offense. I feel like they don't really have any receivers, and they're down a running back. So, yeah, Lions not looking the best this year. So, but let's move on to my favorite one here, and they'll probably end the video. It might be a little bit of a shorter one today, but my favorite one by far, I love this play with all my heart, and that is, where is he at? Antonio Gibson, 67.5 rushing yards. Love this over. He was able to take over these last 2 games. He's at 95 and 111 yards. They gave him the ball countless times. He was the complete workhorse. And J.D. McKissick is out. So very, very good look for him in today's game. And it's a really, really good matchup. He's playing the Raiders, I believe. Yeah, he's playing Las Vegas. So let's take a look at rushing yards from Vegas. We have to take a look at touchdowns. But Vegas here, they're allowing 125.9 rushing yards a game. And he's really going to be their only rushing option. So, I mean, besides their quarterback. But, yeah, they're allowing a lot of rushing yards, 25th in rushing yards against. So that's really, really good. Let's take a look at where they have Gibson for rushing yards on number fire. So Antonio Gibson. Yeah, this is probably my favorite play by far of this week. And they have him at 76.6. So they like his over by a good chunk, about almost 10. So pretty solid, though, right there for Antonio Gibson. So really one of my favorite plays this week. Should be pretty good, hopefully. Dang, they have Jonathan Taylor at 106. I think he already played Houston this year, but man, Jonathan Taylor's the man. He really is. But yeah, that's going to do a video, man. Appreciate watching. Again, if anyone is new, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. All the links for everything are down in the description. My daily plays, the Discord, the promo code for prizepicks. Definitely use it if you guys are not on prizepicks. Highly recommend it. But that's going to do it, man. Appreciate watching. I'll see you guys next time.